Jesus grief. Hello, good morning. How are you today? Just gonna get me some coffee. Throw away some of this trash. Give me some coffee. The first place winner. Yay, 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 you made it. Yay, 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 you made it. I had a live earlier, but I had to stop it because I was driving and I got around a lot of trees and it started buffering, but I was having a really good conversation with you guys. But people started to fall off because nobody wants to stay in a buffering video. So everybody started to go. Hey Rhonda, welcome back. The other video I had to let it go because it was buffering so bad. So I had to let that go. I had to bow down and let that go, honey. And I don't like that. You know, y'all know I like to come here in the morning and do an hour. So I don't have to go to work until this afternoon. But I'm going to go into shop. I should shop, right? I'm going to go into Wawa and get me some coffee. I want me some coffee. And then I'm going to talk to y'all for an hour. And then I'm going to go to the gym. So I'm going to stay at Wawa and just stay here. Because if I'm driving, that video is going to buffer. And I don't like that. I don't like the buffer because then I lose all my people. And I don't like that. And you guys don't like it either. So I got to stop doing stuff that you guys don't like or appreciate. So, because you guys just get off. I mean, I'm not going to watch a buffering video either, to be honest. So, but I'm going to throw some of this trash away I got in my car. Because when you get to Wawa, honey, you can throw away your trash for free. So I'm always cleaning out this car the best I can. Now, if y'all saw my car, I'd be embarrassed. If y'all saw this car, child, I'd be embarrassed. I'd be embarrassed. So I'm just trying to clean this out a little bit. Go get me a nice coffee. Talk to y'all for an hour. Chop it up. Because I was having a really great flowy conversation until those trees started coming around. The trees came in and things just went awry, honey. I'm going to tell y'all about what happened at the shelter last night. Are you guys ready? I'm going to talk to y'all about that. I usually don't talk about stuff in a live video. I usually try to put it on a video so you guys can see that. But I'm going to talk about this, okay? I'll be right back. I'll be back, and then we're going to chop it up, okay? rainy, nasty, dreary day, guys. Oh God, it's disgusting out there. Makes you want to just go back and get into your bed and do nothing. But I can't stay in bed all day. Even if I had an apartment or a house, I can only stay in bed a little, maybe an hour or two extra, but I can't do anything. I went in there to try to use my Wawa gift card, and there was only like a couple of dollars on there. They said my balance is 0. I usually fill my Wawa card up, like I get gas and I get food from Wawa. Like last night I had got chicken noodle soup for dinner, and that went so fast. Like I put $100 every time I get paid. I put $100 on that card. I'm like, damn, I thought I at least had maybe $20 left on there. I always go in Wawa and get a whole bunch of napkins and keep them in my car. I'm sorry, I'm like obsessed with napkins. Even when I go to like Starbucks and I get like a coffee or something, or I go to Starbucks only to get those cheese Danish sometimes, not all the time, but I'm like, damn, that went quick, man. Money goes fast. It goes out the door so quickly. I'm just like, what? I thought there was like $20 left on that damn card, so I had to use my cash, which I had cash on me or whatever. But gosh darn it, life is expensive. And if I had my own place, right, I wouldn't be in Wawa buying coffee. I wouldn't be in there buying coffee. I would be at home making my own coffee because it's cheaper, right? So anyway, cheaper, I'm going to do the cheaper route. I'm not going to go the expensive way. If I can save money, I'm going to save money and buy my own. But I'm not in my own place, so I have to kind of do what I can do and get what I can get when I can get it. So let me catch up on the comments, guys. I'm sorry I was in Wawa. How's the weather there? We got a little more snow. It's chilly here. It's raining. I've been seeing the snow plows out, so I'm just like, what's going on? What's going on? Ohio, we got some light dust of snow dumped on us last night, early this morning. Yeah, I guess it's supposed to be doing something here. I've seen a few snow plows, but right now it's not doing nothing but raining. So I'm hoping that's all we get is just rain. Too crazy, I'm hoping. But you guys, last night I went to the shelter. I walk into the door, and it's another girl that's in front of me at the shelter. She's going into the door as well. So she was in front of me. She went into the door. So she went in there and started talking to the staff like they were her family. Like, hey. So she was in the office talking to this staff member. This particular girl, she's a young girl. Nice girl, real pretty looking girl. I never had a problem with her. She's always kind of been kind of neutral, but still I don't trust them. So she's in the office. So while she in the office chopping it up with the staff, just saying, hey, how you doing, and all, having these conversations, I'm in line to get my bag checked in, because every time you go into the shelter for the day, like you going in for the night, they got to check your bags and check whatever. I usually have a bag with my blanket in it, and I have a bag with like my toiletries, my toothbrush and toothpaste and all that stuff in it. So they have to look into it. So she in the office chopping it up. The girl that came into the door before me, she in the office chopping it up with the staff members. Hey girl, how you doing, girl? And all this stuff, like they best friends from high school. So I'm just like, I need to check in my bag. Why y'all sitting here talking like this? This is a business that need to be run effectively. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sitting here waiting in the hallway. Y'all in the office just chopping it up. And I was like, I'm not standing here waiting. So I walked to my room. So when I walked to my room, something was like, no, don't just walk past the office, because you don't want to get yourself in trouble because you didn't do your check-in. So don't just walk past the office. And then I went back to the office to just see, and everybody was in the office just talking. The girls in the office, everybody's just chopping it up. So I walked back to my room. I was like, this is insane. Y'all supposed to check my bag. Come check my bag so I can go in the room and relax, because I've been out all day. So one of the staff members come around the corner. I said, I know you about to check my bag, right? She was like, yeah. She was like, I'm sorry. It's an animal house right now. I said, I understand. I know. I see what's going on, but I'm saying in my head, like, y'all need to run this a lot smoother. We can't have these incidences where the girls want to come in and have these conversations with you, because it's other people coming in the door after her. And, y'all chopping it up. Y'all can chop that up later. Come check my bags so I can go in my room and mind my freaking business. Good morning. How y'all doing today? I'm just talking about the debacle that happened last night at the homeless shelter. The stuff that go on in this place is insane. I'm trying to see if I can get my other phone on this Wawa Wi-Fi. I know Wawa has Wi-Fi, don't they? Good morning. How y'all doing today? Happy Tuesday. I'm going back to work today. I'm on my way to the gym. But I figure I stay at Wawa and just chop it up, have some conversation. I think it was supposed to snow, but I seen snow plows on the road, and I'm just like, what is going on? I'm seeing snow plows, so it must be going to be doing something. Something must be in the forecast. I'm gonna stop and shop, right? Hello from Lake Placid, New York. Hello. I thought Lake Placid was in California. How are you today? I thought Lake Placid was in Cali. But hello from Lake Placid. Sounds like a beautiful place. Good, I understand what you're going through. They can be wild places, and the female bathrooms are wild. Some women just don't know hygiene. Oh, there's a few Lake Placids? Okay. I think they have one in California somewhere in the mountains or whatever, but because I used to watch this influencer girl. She was saying that her and her husband was on Lake Placid, so I thought there was only one, but I forgot. We live in America, so there could be different names, like same names of certain places. It is a movie based in Lake Placid. It's like a scary movie, isn't it? Wasn't it some kind of creepy, scary movie, or a bear trying to kill people or something? But good morning to everybody. Yes, I talk about homeless shelter, y'all. I went into the homeless shelter last night. I was trying to check my bag in, and all the girls were in the office just chopping it up with the staff. Oh, it was a gator. Yeah, the gator. Okay. That's what I think when I hear about Lake Placid. I think about that gator. There was like a killer gator killing people or something. Did I even see that movie? I think I did see it. It was like a big giant gator killing people. A huge crocodile, yeah. Oh, it's called Lake Placid. Okay. A huge crocodile. The alligator movie is from Lake Placid, Florida. Oh, so they got a Lake Placid in Florida too. Yes, Betty White was in it. Okay. Oh, yeah. I remember the older lady from Golden Girls. Yeah, y'all right. And I think all the Golden Girls women passed away, right? Haven't all the Golden Girls, the ladies from the Golden Girls, haven't they all passed on? I think they all passed. All the Golden Girls are gone. I remember the Golden Girls. Remember Punky Brewster, Good Times, Sanford and Son. Man, those were the best days of my life. Those were the best days when I used to watch TV. I haven't watched television in probably over 10 years. I stopped cable TV when I had one of my apartments. I stopped cable TV. It's been over 10 years that I stopped with the cable TV, and we just started to watch YouTube and Netflix and stuff. You don't need to have cable no more. Yeah, Betty White was cool, and she was a comedian too, I think. Yeah, man, Golden Girls. I remember Hawaii 5-0, 21 Jump Street. Oh my God, let's not start talking about the past, honey. I'm gonna have to do a video on the past, and we're gonna name all these unsolved mysteries. Oh man, I used to be in the house, comfortable in my bed or wherever I was watching TV at, child. Those was the days. Lifetime movie channel. Oh, when they used to have those Lifetime movies from back in the day, they were the best movies. Then Lifetime started to get away. I guess someone else ended up owning the network, and Lifetime just turned kind of like traditional. I like them old Lifetime movies from like back in the 90s. Those was the best ones to me. TV is a joke, I know, right? Yeah, I just watch only YouTube. I stopped cable television probably 10 or 15 years ago. I stopped the cable because back then when I was younger, probably in my late 20s, early 30s, I was still young and impressionable, right? I used to watch Atlanta Housewives and all that stuff. But then after a while, I'm like, all these women do, it's all negative. They end up on Housewives of Atlanta, then they end up divorcing their husbands because everybody wants that fame. So I stopped watching reality TV like 10 or 15 years ago because it was all negative women, fighting each other. I used to watch Atlanta Housewives. I used to watch Housewives of California, the white girls. Then I used to watch the New York Housewives. I watched all of that. And it was so negative, I had to stop. I was like, I can't keep consuming this type of stuff because it just makes you feel like crap, And then you see all the women that come into the Housewives and they're all married. They all end up being divorced by the end of the show because when you do social media and stuff, like when you do reality TV and stuff and you have a husband, eventually one of y'all gonna go astray as far as like, getting a big head thinking, oh, I'm a celebrity now, I could disrespect you, oh, I don't need you now, I got money. So I stopped watching that. I stopped watching those ratchet shows anymore. I can't watch it no more. In the Heat of the Night, yeah, Heat of the Night, my mom used to love that show. I never really got into the Heat of the Night, but I remember the Heat of the Night. And then Little House on the Prairie, I used to love to watch that. I used to love to watch General Hospital, even though General Hospital still comes on today. I used to watch General Hospital when I was in middle school, and I watched it all the way through middle and all the way through high school. Me and my sisters used to go home and watch it. I used to like to watch TV by myself. I didn't like nobody, because we had a TV in the kitchen, and then they had a TV downstairs in our playroom area when we were, the way we came up. We didn't have a TV in our room coming up, not like the kids do today. But the kids of today, they have TVs and stuff in their room. I didn't have a TV in my room. We didn't have it like that. We had a big house, but we didn't have no TV in the room. That was a privilege, you know what I mean? But I used to come home from school and watch General Hospital. TV is a joke now. I only do YouTube. Yeah, I don't even bother. Lifetime movies went all. I know, right? Lifetime was so fun, man. Ninja Turtles, yes, I remember Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Back the old version, not this new stuff they got now, but Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I remember that. That was the best. That was the best. Yes, I remember all of those. In the Heat of the Night, I remember that, but I didn't really watch the Heat of the Night. I think my mom watched that a lot. I meant to say, Give Me a Break, Blossom, Funky Brewster. Oh, remember Funky Brewster? I didn't watch her that much, but I remember her. Facts of Life. Oh, yeah, I remember Facts of Life. Saved by the Bell was one of my favorites. Yes, yes, yes. I'm 45, I know. Oh, my God, I have been watching General Hospital, Returns, Luke and Laura. Yes, I don't watch General Hospital anymore. I think I stopped watching General Hospital maybe 10 years ago. I just kind of fell off. I used to follow that whole saga with Sonny and Brenda and Luke and Laura. I remember, child, those was the days. Those was the best days of my life. They really were. We used to be excited to get off the bus to go watch General Hospital. And then after General Hospital, like Oprah used to come on. I used to watch Oprah. I didn't watch Oprah all the time, but I used to watch her like after General Hospital came on. Yeah, man, those was the best days of my life. Before I was a young adult, I'm 47 right there with you. Yep, I'm 45, man. I'll be 46 in May of 2026. Yeah, those were the best days of my life, to be honest. That's when I was still young. I was probably in my late 20s, early 30s. Yeah. I ended up getting my first apartment when I was probably like 20 something. I was in my early 20s when I got my first apartment. And I went back home probably twice in my years of being an adult. I had to go back home I think one time I went home and I stayed for a year. Another time I went home, I stayed for a couple of months, then left again. Like I always had, like I say now with me being homeless and stuff like that with my family, like I always had my own stuff. This has been the first time in my life that I've ever needed to ask my family for anything. So that's why it hurts me that I can't get like help from them, because I've never asked y'all for anything. Like I've always had. So life gets more and more fun at 58. Yeah, I'm pushing there. I'm getting there. And I have no problem with getting older. You know what I'm saying? I don't have no problem, because I know that we're not going to live forever. And heck, if I could live forever, I don't want to live forever. You know what I'm saying? I'm okay with aging out of this life. You know what I'm saying? I'm okay with it. Some people, be trying to hang on to their youth and stuff. I'm saying, listen, even now, my neck, I feel the sensitivity in my neck. My skin is starting to, I'm not saying I'm getting old or anything, but I am aging, right? So my skin is starting to, I feel change. I feel the change. You know what I'm saying? I'm in my 40s and I feel the change. I can feel it in my neck skin. I could just feel my skin just changing and feel my body changing. But I'm okay with that. That's why I stay in the gym and I try to keep myself together. I try to keep myself up, try to keep myself fit, because I say when I'm in my 50s and 60s, I still want to feel good. I still want to be able to walk and touch my toes, and that's why I stay working out. I don't play with that. I want to go old gracefully. Like I have gray hairs and stuff like that, but they're coming in, but I'm okay with that. I'm not running to the thing to dye my hair. I don't want to dye it. I want to go out gracefully, honey. Gracefully getting older. I'm okay with myself. I'm comfortable with myself. You know what I'm saying? So I'm okay with getting old. It is what it is, baby. I'm not trying to fight it because we are not going to live forever, and I'm okay. I welcome everything to me. I welcome aging. I welcome it. It's not a bad thing. I don't know why everybody's always like, especially when I work around kids at my job. Like I work around a lot of like young kids that's in college. They're 20 years old. They think that they're not going to ever reach my age. They think they're never going to get a gray hair. I said, sis, it's going to go by quite fast. And you're going to look back and say, wow, I remember when I was 20. I just be looking at them, the way they be thinking that their youth is going to be there forever. Like you're going to be beautiful forever. You're going to, have this beautiful 20-year-old figure forever, sis. Let me tell you, time's gonna go by fast. And I be telling the girls, I said, they in college, I'm an older person now to them. To them, I'm old as heck, right? To them, I'm probably in my 50s or 60s. But I said, since I'm only 45, I'm not that much, But, young 20-year-olds think that being 45 is old as hell. Because I hear them talking, when customers come and they be like, oh, that old guy. I said, sis, you're gonna be that old person one day. So let's not think being in your 20s is a flex, honey. Stay fit in yoga. Yeah, I do yoga too. I do yoga and I love yoga. It relaxes me so much. I'm actually on my way to the gym. As soon as I do my hour live stream with you guys and just chop it up, talk to y'all, see how everybody's doing, I am going to go and do my stretching. I usually do cardio. I do 15 minutes on the treadmill, whether I'm walking, jogging, or whatever. Jog, walk, whatever. I do that. I might go on an elliptical for 10 minutes, and then I'll do the stair stepper for maybe like 5 minutes. And after that, I go get on the rug, I go get on the mat, and I'll do like yoga stretches. I'll stretch my body for like 20 minutes. I'll just do all these stretches, and it feels so good in my body when I'm stretching. I'm opening my hips. I want to open my hips. I want to be more fluid, and I'm flexible. I want to be flexible, right? I said when I'm 50, I want to know how to do a split at 50. Yes, I'm going to be one of those women that's going to be cut up and in shape at 50, at 60, and at 70, okay? So, I like working out. It's kind of in my blood. It's in my blood. It's part of my routine of life. So, yep, yoga definitely will change your life. I love yoga. Yes, it gets more interesting at 57. Don't feel old yet. Yeah, man. It's all about how you feel and how you, get out there and do your little walk. If you can't exercise and certain things, people have limitations because of maybe health. But if you get out there and walk every day, a 30-minute walk, you feel great. You feel like when I exercise, it feels like I'm going to have an amazing day, right? And I always pretty much have a pretty decent day. Of course, I go to work and somebody tries to block my joy. They say something rude or a customer comes in with an attitude, and I know how to redirect the conversation to get the customer to be like, sometimes a customer might come in and they're upset about something. I can turn that around. I could turn that whole conversation around, because if I react back in a negative way, like some people do react negative to customers, and then that's when people just start flipping out on you and they get an attitude. Well, you came in here with an attitude, but I'm going to shine some light on this conversation, and you're going to walk out. You're going to be happy, right? You're going to be okay, because I'm not giving you a fight. Some customers come in and they're looking for a fight because they had a terrible night or they had a bad morning. And listen, sis, when a customer's coming, I understand. Let's relate. I'm relatable. I'm relating to you. I'm sorry you're going through that. Is there something I can do to assist you? And some customers still try to fight or whatever after that, but I just kill them with kindness. So, but that's how I say back to exercise. The fact that I go to the gym every morning and I'm stretching and I'm doing my cardio and I'm doing all my physical fitness, I feel amazing. Like, I feel good. I feel like ready to start my day. I'm going to have a great day. It's going to be a positive time. I'm going to go to work and everything's going to go fine. Yeah, it's some things that just go a little bit to the left, but for the fact that I feel positive about my day because I went to the gym and I feel great. I always feel great when I walk out of the gym. Sometimes I feel tired and I want to go to sleep, but for the most part, I feel amazing when I exercise. So that's just a part of my life now, man. It's a part of my life now. A lot of people didn't get the chance to age. Yeah, I know, that sucks. Some of these kids out here die young, and that's another thing. The teenagers, the young kids at my job, and there's this young girl that in particularly don't really like me, and she's like 19. I think she just turned 19, because one of the girls was like, oh, can you sign her birthday card? And I really particularly don't like her because she has a mother that's probably my age. Her mother could be a little bit younger than me, but she's very nasty towards me, and she's a young girl. And I'm just like, girl, like, I'm old enough to be your freaking mama. I can only imagine the way you probably talk to your mama. But I don't pay her no mind, because she did some messy stuff at work the other day. and I had to let it go because I wanted to react and call her and check her. But I'm not going to keep checking. You can't check everybody that's doing something because you're going to be checking a lot of people. So I was like, let me breathe and let it go. You know what I'm saying? Breathe and let it go, because everything don't need your reaction. She's the type of person, she sends messy emails. She sent a messy email to the boss basically saying I didn't do my job. So I just got to keep marking, doing my part, sending my emails, doing my stuff, because we got people watching me. I got people watching me because I'm labeled as one of those people at the job that most people don't like, because I don't let people attack me, because I fight back. Yeah, she's picking a fight. She always does that. And she's a young girl. She's only like 19 years old, but she came into the job and she got into this clique. These Dominican Spanish girls. I think this particular girl, I think she's Mexican. I don't know what she is, but she speaks Spanish, so they click together. The Spanish people at my job, they stick together, they click together. And one of the main girl, I always call her the main girl. The main girl, when I came into the job, she didn't like me. And I was always ironing her out. Like, sis, who you talking to? Like, who you talking to? Who you talking to? I didn't think so. So I would check her. When she got out of line with me, I would check her in a professional way so that she didn't go run and say. She never ran and said anything. I don't know what she said behind my back, but one thing I'm going to do is take up for myself. You know what I'm saying? I don't always have a confrontation because someone said this and I need to. Certain things do need to be handled properly. So the main Spanish girl, she didn't like me. So all the girls that came in after that, she points the finger and tells everybody, oh, this girl, you got to watch her because she got an attitude problem or something. Why do I have an attitude problem? Because I'm being attacked and no one's seeing this. Everybody wants to attack me. And the Spanish girls, they don't like me either. So the Spanish girl that I'm talking about now, I think she's Mexican. She's the newest one on the team. She does a good job. She's an overachiever. And I'm not an overachiever. I'm just one to do my job and go the heck home. That's who I do my job and go the heck home. She's an overachiever. She just want to do everything. But when it comes to me, when it's something that I need to do, she'll give a customer my information and have the customer call me. Instead of her handling that, because it is part of her job, she'll try to, she'll handle things when it comes to her Spanish girlfriends, but when it comes to me, she ain't gonna do it. She'll say, oh, she's over in this store, you can deal with her. So she don't help me, and I know she don't like me, and hell, I don't like her either. But sis, when you barking up my tree, I'm gonna bark back up yours. Just know that. But she's 19 years old. I'm like, girl, you're a kid. Get out of my face. I gotta get back to exercising from YouTube. There are some amazing creators in there. Yeah, that's how I started exercising and working out, learning stuff on YouTube. Toxic mofos, yeah. She always picking a fight with me, and I just ignore the bitch. Like, girl, you 19. You just got out of high school. Do you think I'm sitting here worrying about how you feel about me? And I'm 45? The young kids can be so disrespectful. So disrespectful. She's picking a fight because she's actually an overachiever, and she does a good job. Like, I can give her that. She's a smart girl, young girl. But when she came in, she was okay. But I noticed that there was a few times I noticed that she was like talking about people. Like she likes to run her mouth. And I said, wow, for you to be 19 and for you to come into a job to run your mouth like you do, I mean, wow, your mom must have been sitting around having conversations around you, and you think it's okay to come to a job. And not only did she talk about me, which I know she talks about me, but she talks dirty. She throws dirt on everybody else. Like, whoever the people at the job is, that's like the lower hanging fruit, and I'm considered to be the lower hanging fruit, and I don't care. I'm considered to be the black sheep of my job too. But there was another lady. She was a white woman, and she came in and she had some problems. She had you could tell she had anxiety issues. She might have been fighting depression, so they was dogging her out because she was struggling with some things. So the girl is an overachiever, and she thinks that she is better than somebody. And I tell them, I said, listen, when it comes to a job, let me tell you something. The higher ups, them owners, I work for a multi-billion, not multi-million, a multi-billion-dollar industry. My job has been around for a long time. They have a well-oiled machine that they're running, right? It's a great business. They're making money, but they're paying us the least amount of money. We deserve more, and we know all that. We all feel like we deserve more money. That's just something that they need to pay us more, right? So I try to tell the younger women, I said, stop doing over and above for these companies, because at the end of the day, if they want to come and fire you, they're going to let you go. They're going to let you go. So I try to tell the young girls, listen, I'm 45. I've been working since I was 14 years old. They don't care about you. They don't care about me or you. So all that overachieving, why are you putting forth the effort? If it's something that you can't do at your job in that 8-hour span, leave it to the next person. Send an email and say, hey, can you check on this the next day? Or I'm off tomorrow, can you do this? I'm not an overachiever. I'm not going to achieve over, because this is a multi-billion-dollar industry that I work for. It's a big business, right? I'm not doing anything over. When my hours are over, I'm not thinking about, oh, I gotta finish this. Listen, hire more people and you can get more stuff done. But they don't want to, because they want to pay one person the least amount of money, and you in there working like a slave. You're a fool if you're gonna work like that. I'm gonna play the system. They're playing us. They moving in this AI stuff on us quietly, but you know, certain things you can't do AI, but certain things you can do AI. They're moving AI in on us quietly. These big businesses don't care. If they could run their business on AI, do you think they're going to have my black self in there? Do you think they're going to have my black behind in there when they usher in AI, and you want to sit up here and overachieve for a business that don't give a crap if you lived or died? People at the job get sick, their spouse get cancer, or this person gets sick and they notice that you got to get MRIs and stuff, and they simply try to let you go. They try to fire you when you're fighting for your life, or you're fighting for your spouse's life, and they try to let you go because they don't want to take on that responsibility to pay your benefits out. No, I said at my job, they consider me the low-hanging fruit. I'm not saying that I'm the low-hanging fruit, but they look at me as the black sheep of the job. I know how they look at me. They look at me as a low person. They look at me as the dummy. You know what I'm saying? I know how people think about me. They don't even have to say it out of their mouth. I know what people think about when they see me. I know that. Oh my goodness, this is why I retired at 58. Oh, great. 58 is a good retirement age. I could not manage peeps under 35. So entitled, especially up in the North Country. Dumb people don't care about nothing but nobody. I am a professional. Yeah, I go through that at my job all the time with a lot of the younger crowd. And I'm not an ageist person. I don't say, oh, because she's 20, she's dumb. Oh, because she's 25. It's a lot of mature 20-year-olds. I, unfortunately, was mature at a young age. I carried myself like a grown woman, but I didn't disrespect people. You know, I went to the job, I didn't disrespect anybody that was older than me. I always had respect, and I still carry that same respect. But when you come at me crookedly, when you come at me cross-eyed, I'm going to respond. I might not respond in a way that's going to get me fired, but sis, I don't have to speak to you the whole shift. I don't care if you're sitting over there right next to me and you got earbuds in your ear listening to music. Sis, I'm not talking to you no damn way. I'm not talking to you anyway. I don't care if you don't speak to me, but this is what this little young pissy tail girl be doing. And I could run to the managers and cry, but like I said, people like that end up moving on soon anyway. So she'll move on eventually. Thank God. Not a babysitter, sorry. Exactly. Yeah, they're ushering in this AI stuff. So many different personalities. Oh yeah, at the job. And I'm normally the kind of person, I've been at my job for a little while now. I know people. I know how they move. I know how they gonna come over here in this stupid, corny conversation. You know, it's corporate America. I work in corporate America. So it's a male-dominated industry. A lot of men. Some of the women try to show off for the guys. The guys are flirting with the women. You know, you got wives at home, but you in here flirting with the girl. I see all that stuff. I don't pay no mind. As long as they have my paycheck right, I don't care about none of that. So I'm not saying I'm the low-hanging fruit, but I know people look at me like I'm stupid and retarded and slow. I know that. They look at me like I'm dumb, you know. Even though me, myself, I know I'm not dumb. I catch on to things probably a little bit differently than someone else would. Like somebody else may get we have a new computer system. So some people may catch on to that like that. Some people can catch on to stuff like that. Me, it's going to take me 2-3 months to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? So that's what they don't like about me. Because they want me to say, you need to catch on like this. Everybody don't catch on to things like that. Everybody don't catch on. It takes time. You know, I have to learn this. So it's everything's about money. So when everything's about money, they want that money right. And when the money's right, everybody walks out and everybody's happy. So that's what I deal with. But I'm not the low-hanging fruit. But that's what people look at me as. They look at me as, oh, she's the stupid one. She's not. I know what they feel about me. But I really don't care because I don't feel that way about myself. So that's their problem. Typical high school vibes. Yeah, it's a mess. The job place is so terrible. And it's a shame that we have to stay in this workforce for what? 40 something years out of our lives or whatever, now even longer. And people go through stuff. You know, we're going through, like, I got this job at the height of my homelessness. Like, I was working this job when everything in my life crashed down, and I was grateful that the job hired me and they took me in, and I was grateful for that. But just the negative energy and stuff that's in this place, the culture is a joke. But that's most jobs for you. Most jobs are ran just like this. Ghetto, unprofessional, ratchet. Yeah, it's there. Yeah, I don't really care what they think about me. Because I fight back, honey. And I'm not talking about fighting back physically. I can fight back verbally in a very professional corporate way and get away with it. I wouldn't give a damn what they thought about me. Just issue me my... I know, right? Just give me my money. That's all I care about is the money. As long as my paycheck is right, sis, I don't care about the rest. So our employers look for a mixed approach or learning. They didn't train people right. Like, we have this new computer system and we weren't trained for it. They just kind of threw it out there and say, hey, here's the new computer system. You guys can figure it out now. And that was a struggle. You know, it was a struggle. And thank God I know the system. I know what a lot of things are in the company because I've been there for a while now. But they ushered in this new system that they claim that they paid millions of dollars for. So they paid millions of dollars for a computer system that they're going to tell us that, oh, well, you know, we got this new computer system, so we can't be giving out overtime. Like, y'all ushering in a new computer system, and this is a multi-billion-dollar industry. You paying millions of dollars for a new system shouldn't touch much. But we're going to be paying for that new system. You know what I'm saying? They're not giving out raises. They want to cut corners. They want to do all these things. So, yeah, that new system that they have, they're going to take it out of us. When they can clearly take it out of the company because they have the funds, multi-billion. It shouldn't be a problem for you to pay a few $1 million for this new system that y'all have. This new system that the big dogs don't even use. We're using this system, and it was crappy in the beginning. So now it's getting a little bit better, but it can still be very slow, very this, very that. So we're still dealing with all of that stuff. And the customers are mad at us because, you know, I'm tired of keep having to tell a customer, oh, we got this new system. Like, they don't want to hear that. They just want to come in and get what they want, a smooth payment, a smooth financing. That's what they want. They don't want to be sitting here for 20 minutes while you trying to, the system is buffering like crazy. Smart employers, you women wanted to work, you can have women. We have 3 job choices: lawyer, doctor, business owner. I'm choosing a business owner. Yeah, it's a bit easier. I used to work at Paycor and was the only time I ran into stuff you talking about. Yeah, I mean, I've been with ratchet stuff the whole time I worked, so a lot of stuff. Make sure that paycheck is good and we all good. Yeah, right? Make sure that money is right. So glad you work remotely. I don't work remotely. I don't have to deal with... Oh, you said so glad you work remotely. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's perfect. You don't have to deal with different personalities. Oh, that's nice. I would love to have remote work. But I think I would get bored a little bit with remote work. I wouldn't mind doing remote work for a few days and then a few days go into the field. I wouldn't mind doing that because I get bored if I have to stay at home too long. I prefer to work in the warehouses, factories. Yeah, because everybody in warehouses or factories is working, right? Everybody's moving, busy, walking around. I guess if you have to sit mobily with people, in my job, I have to sit mobily with people. I have to sit down, face-to-face interaction. Whoever the person that I'm working with is there with me. But the good thing is, the way our hours are, like the morning person comes in and they work by themselves for maybe like 4 hours, 3 or 4 hours. Then the next person comes. It's like an overlapping shift. So I don't have to work with these women. I don't have to work with them a whole 8 hours. And I'm so freaking glad that I don't. I'm glad that it's kind of an overlapping shift. I'll come in the afternoon, and the person that was working in the morning, I'll probably work with them for like 4 hours. And that's a damn enough. So I'm not working with these people for straight 8 hours. I'm working with other people in the location for 8 hours, but I'm not working with the people that work on my level. I don't work with them for 8 hours, which is great. Because I don't want to, if I could work by myself, I would love that. The last raise I got was 31 cents. I had to walk away doing 3 people's job. That's a shame. They only give you a couple cents raise, not even $1. So You have so much potential. Good luck to you, my friend. I am also off to gym. Oh God, have a good day. Thank you. Thanks for watching. I hope I see you again. Yes, I'm always on live. Like I'm live every day. I go live every single day. I've been homeless and so relate to this. This is as an older man. I've been homeless and so relate. Yeah, I talk about my homeless journey. But today I'm kind of talking about work a little bit. But when I'm on live stream, I talk about whatever. So if you guys want to know anything about my story of my homeless journey, you can go look at some of my videos. I have a lot of videos. So I gambled all my money back. Oh, wow. I hope you are well. Yeah, I'm good. Drizzy, how you doing? I'm doing good today. I can't complain. I'm on my way. I'm drinking my coffee and I got like another 15 minutes and then I'm going to go to the gym and work out. But I'm at Wawa just sitting here because I didn't want to keep talking to y'all while I was driving because I had a live stream this morning that I was doing, and that live stream everybody just kind of got off because I guess I was driving and stuff, which I shouldn't be driving, but you know, there's a lot of things that we shouldn't be doing, but we do anyway, right? Have a lesson learned. I'll be back. Okay, no problem. Have a good day. I thank you guys. I see 28 people here watching me. I hope you guys all gave me a thumbs up to show some support to me. I hope you guys thumbs me up, gave me a little bit of support in that realm. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I'm just looking on the floor and see what I need to organize. I got my second phone here. I'm just looking at my my messages. I got two phones. That's good. So this is my second phone. I use this pretty much for like videos or whatever. It doesn't even work. It's a cheap prepaid phone. I just use it as a second. Because when you do YouTube or you do content and stuff like that, you need to have like two phones. You need to have two phones, a tablet, and a land-based computer. Because I went to the library yesterday, and I sat down and did my YouTube AdSense stuff so I can start getting paid from YouTube, because I'm definitely over my YouTube watch time hours. I'm way over that. So yeah, guys, I'm going to be monetized soon. So if you guys see ads on the video, I hope that you guys watch it through. Please. That helps me get paid. So I hope you guys don't skip my ads, man. I'm just stretching out, y'all. I'm stretching. I'm trying to figure out why this car has been sitting next to me for the last 10 minutes. But yeah, I watch my surroundings, guys. You gotta watch your surroundings. I'm trying to see if I can get on Wi-Fi on Wawa. Not now. I'm seeing if I can connect my other phone to the Wi-Fi because I have things that I need to upload to YouTube. I use between both phones. Sometimes I talk on this one and do videos on this one, and sometimes I do videos on that phone. But good morning. I see 31 people watching me, guys. If you guys are new here, can you guys come and say hello to me? Say hi. Let me know what state you're from if you're new. Some people are not new. Some people have been here since I started this thing. But yeah, I started this channel when I was homeless in my car. I stayed in my car in the summertime. I think it was August or July. I stayed in my car for 33 days. 33 days I stayed in my car. How can you stay in your car? How do you do that? I did it because I've been watching so many homeless videos of people doing van life, car life, whatever life. And I used to watch it. I've been watching this content before I was even homeless. Like, I used to watch van life because I thought van life content was fun. I thought it was fun to be like free, like live that free life, like that free nomad life where you don't have to check in. Well, I still work, right? You don't have to check into a job. You can just travel state to state. You got a van. I used to watch people in Sprinter vans, and who knows? I think I'm still going to do the Sprinter life. I really think I'm going to do the Sprinter life at some point. Get me a Sprinter van and travel. You know, who knows where my YouTube channel can go to. My YouTube channel could get so big that I have revenue that I'm able to travel like that, and I don't have to stay based here and have a job that I'm like committed to every day. So I want to do van life one day. Who knows where my life could go. Wawa down south, Wawa is down south, so you probably good and ain't got to deal with the cold. You are so resilient and smart. The courage and focused mindset is inspiring. And as a 60-year-old man, I must say you are my type as well. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the beautiful comment. Yes, YouTube. I don't know what that means. In my state, they have a tiny homes for anyone that is homeless. That would be great. I wish they had tiny homes here. You can get your own tiny room. They need it very well, Detroit. Okay, that'd be nice if they had it here. That would be amazing. Wawa. I love Wawa. I only get Wawa coffee. I don't really get anything else from Wawa. I like Wawa when Wawa first came to this area, and that was probably over 20 years ago. It was better then when it was a smaller. Gambling is such a slippery slope. The rush can be addicting. I never gambled. Can you stay in a shelter a long time? No, they're saying I can only stay there for 90 days. They're only saying 90 days. It depends on your situation. So I guess it depends on the kind of like relationship I have with my counselor too. So on a positive note, I just dropped down and did 123 push-ups in a row, and that's my gym. Okay, good for you. At least you did something. Do that every single day. You're gonna see a change in your body. So I'm not really a push-up girl. I'm just such a weak vessel. I'm such a weak vessel. Push-ups are hard for me, but I can do the girly push-ups a little bit, but I never do push-ups. So that's something I can add into my my exercise, cardio, whatever. So I feel good not to pay rent. Yeah, it does feel good, but guess what? I got other bills that I have to pay. I got a car payment. I have car insurance, so I'm not paying rent, thank God. I'm blessed in that area, but I wish I could pay rent because I want to be comfortable, you know what I mean? Hey, sister, good morning to you. Good morning. How are you, brother Clarence? What is going on? One quick tip. I like Wawa. I like sheets. What that mean? I like quick tip. Oh, quick trip. I like Wawa. Okay. I've never been at a quick trip. Maybe quick trip is what? In the South? Push-ups are free. Yeah. We got gas stations, which is similar to Wawa because of the cafeteria. Oh, okay. So we have Wawas here, and we also have country farms that came here, and country farms have been in this area for, I would say, maybe a few years. Anyway, my U.S. sister, God bless. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Wish me all the best. I appreciate it. Where will you go after 90 days? I could go to another shelter if I don't have my stuff together, as far as like, people hop around from shelter to shelter. If they don't have their stuff together, there's other shelters that people can go to. There's tons of shelters around. You just have to get into them. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I'll be fine. I'm not worried about it. I'm praying that this second job will come through, and then I'll be able to go back to an extended stay. So that's my plan. But if I need to, I could just go to another shelter. But it might not even be 90 days. It depends on the relationships and stuff you have with your counselors or whatever. But, you know, I'm going to be somewhere. I'll be okay. United Dairy Farmers. As long as I have a job, I'll be fine. You know what I'm saying? As long as I have money coming in, I will be okay. So, but you can shelter hop. They got shelters all over the place, so you can go to another one. And most shelters are only keeping you, like I said, I'm a worker. I have a job. They treat people that work the worst. You know what I'm saying? They try to put us out with no problem. But they keep the other girls that are collecting welfare and all that stuff. I think they get more money from like the government to keep the girls that are on welfare and public assistance. I think they get more money for them. So they're more like the girls that are on welfare and stuff. They could actually stay at that shelter for like a whole year. But since I work a job, I can't, which sucks because we're still working. Like, I don't make enough money to go just get an apartment. It's not that easy. Like, I don't make that kind of money. And I can see why I was probably a nurse or something like that, but I'm not a nurse. So, but it's rough. It's rough. But I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna be okay. And by the time my 90 days is over, I think it'll be somewhere in some between January and February. Springtime is going to be coming around. You know what I'm saying? When springtime comes, I can stay in my car for 30 days like I did before. So them girls get more money because they have their kids with them, and it help them find housing. Well, they don't really help you find housing anymore like they used to. That's not really the case anymore. They're not really helping with much. You have to really put forth in helping yourself. They're not really helping find anything. So you can do trusted house sitters. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of things I could do. I have applications out there, so I'm just waiting to get replied back. Salvation Army was helping this lady with her son, and she had to leave because of the time ran out, so she went to another shelter I told her about, and she left from the end and went somewhere else. Yeah, you can shelter hop. I mean, they have something called shelter hop, shelter to shelter. I mean, nobody wants to do that, but like I said, when I go into the shelter every day, this is what I carry. I have this bag, and it has my toothbrush, toothpaste, soap, and everything. I'm used to it. Like, this is my lifestyle now, so I'm kind of used to it. But I'm not worried about it. I just go to another shelter. If I don't have this job, if no one calls me back with a job, I just go to another shelter, and that's it. And if spring time comes and it gets warmer, I have no problem with staying inside my car. So I just don't want to stay in my car in the wintertime because it's rough, it's too cold. So some people do that. They live the lifestyle. They stay in the shelters throughout the winter. Summertime, they out in the streets. But I have a job that I'm tethered to. So as long as I have a job and I have my car running, I can do anything. You know what I'm saying? If I can shelter hop in the winter and do what I have to do in the summertime, like I said, I don't have the finances or the money to really get a traditional apartment right now because I need more money. I'm in the United States of America. She kept explaining that, and it was dirty, not clean, but it was a roof over her head. She kept complaining that it was dirty. What was dirty? Oh, the lady at the Salvation Army. Yeah, it's kind of nasty in my room too. One of the girls, she's pretty nasty. Like when I open the shelter door and I go into my room, she has stuff scattered all over the floor. So instead of me complaining to the staff about how messy she is, I just make sure I have my camera on. I turn on my camera flashlight when I walk into the room. Make sure I don't break my neck on her shoes and all this other trash that she got sitting there. But that's another thing. That's why we have staff at the shelters, and they're not doing their job. They're not doing their job. They should be walking around, checking the rooms, making sure people are safe. What if I fall and break my knee or hurt myself or hit my hip, or even an older person fall and trip over that woman's stuff? That's something that the staff members should avoid, but they're not even doing their job. The staff, they're not doing their job because they should be doing room checks and making sure that everything is everything. Like, you shouldn't be having stuff scattered all over the beds and stuff all over the floor. The girl, as soon as you walk into the room, the white chick that work at Wendy's, she got shoes all by the bed, by the front door. The other girl on the other side, she got shoes. You could trip over somebody's shoes and hurt yourself. But now when I go into the room, I just turn on my flashlight and I just look around and I just move around it. I'm not complaining. Complaining about what? What you gonna do when you complain? Because some of the messy staff members will go back and say, hey, well, that girl over there, she was complaining about you messy. The staff start stuff, and then the girl come in the room and she got an attitude with me. That's why I don't say nothing. I don't say anything. I just keep my mouth shut. I keep my mouth shut, and I mind my business. And whatever I see, I'm going to come talk about it on YouTube. I sure am. They had her in the Super 8. Salvation Army was paying for it, so she was in it for so long. She kept complaining about not getting a job. About her not getting a job and all that. So to tell her to go, yeah, if they see that you're not really trying to do nothing, they could see that you're not trying to do anything with yourself. If you're stagnant and you're staying in the same position as when you got there. They supposed to see us gradually, like, try to move out, right? But as far as trying to move out, it's hard financially. It's expensive. So you can't really think that a woman, like a single woman like myself, I don't have no husband, I don't have no boyfriend, I don't have a second income. Now, if I had a second income, it'd probably be a little bit easier for us to go out but I'm by myself. So you can't expect someone like me. You see me the way I move. You see I get up every day and I'm out. I don't come there but to sleep. But they're expecting you to be doing something, to move towards something. And I understand, but my situation is a financial thing, right? I need money to move. And sometimes I'd be like, well, maybe I should do a GoFundMe. But I don't want my job to find out. You know what I'm saying? I don't want my job to find out, oh, she's homeless, she has a GoFundMe up. People will find stuff because they look. All they need is your name. So it's like, it's a financial thing for me. The lazy staff makes the facility have a bed. Girl, that shelter, them staff members is in there. It's like, you might as well work at the funeral home because it's a dead place. Them people, staff members, you walk past the office, they on their phone. They're not even looking at what's going on around, who coming in, who's going. You could literally be in there doing whatever. Because even the staff last night, she didn't come and do room checks. She's supposed to come check the rooms, make sure that girl don't have all that shoes and stuff that somebody could break their neck. You got senior citizens in there too. You have a big old fat lawsuit because somebody fell and hurt themselves because we have staff members that are lazy, that's not doing their job. And I'm thinking, like, where's the manager? Like, who's in charge here? Because I just see staff just kind of doing whatever they want. And then the staff members, half of them are scared of the girl. They scared of those women. I went in there the other day. One of the girls was cussing out the staff member, and the staff was kind of cussing. I didn't see them fighting together, but when I came in, they were arguing. But one of the staff was in the office, and the other girl was out there, and they was kind of arguing, going back and forth about something. I don't know what happened, but the shelter girl, like myself, she was in there saying, oh, she's not going to be disrespecting me. She's not going to disrespect me. You're not supposed to disrespect us and all this stuff. So the girl was fighting back to the staff member. The staff member was a white lady, and she was mad too. So she was in the office, and I went into the office to just do my daily check in. I said, you want to look at my bags? And the staff member sitting there cursing. And I'm just like, yo, this is ghetto, man. This is worse than jail. Like, I might as well go to prison. A mess. I'm like, who's in charge here? Like, any business that you go to, you can go in there and ask for a manager, an assistant manager or a manager or whoever. Shelter should be the same way. There should be someone in hierarchy that can say, no, this is not supposed to happen. No, we can't run it this way. But I see that the staff members are trying to be the girls' friends. Like, y'all trying to be cool with these chicks. Like, no, it doesn't work that way. That's why everybody's doing what they want to do. The lazy staff makes the facility true. To one, they have meetings every morning. Well, we don't have meetings because it'll probably be a big, everybody probably be in there complaining and crying about stuff. And shoot, I went to one time they had meetings every morning at 10. You have a mandatory meeting that you talk about your feelings in it. No, because I think that it'll just be a big crapshoot because everybody will be in there yelling and screaming at each other. They don't have no control in that place. No control. People are just doing what they want to do. And that's why everybody's like, because the staff members feel like they're like, oh, that's my girl, that's my people's. Like, you can't look at that. This is your job. You should be dictating things, saying, hey, you need to clean up the room. You need to get the stuff off the floor. That's why you have a dresser drawer. That's why you have a drawer. And that's why you have an under bed, because your shoes should be under your bed, not out where people are trying to walk to get to their bed. That doesn't work out. Girl, in the economy, a person has to have 17. Child, I know, Rhonda. Ain't that your truth, girl? Facts, you got to be making at least 65K or more to survive. And I'm nowhere near that. Yes. So like I said, hey, I'm trying to get a second job, but in my head, like, I'm not even worried anymore. I'm not worried. I'm not concerned. As long as I have my car and I have a job where they're giving me money, I ain't worried about the rest. The rest is going to come at some point in time. I'm not worried about it. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm doing my part. I'm doing what I have to do with the resources that I have, and that's all I could do. No snow here. It's just raining. But I did see the snow plows out, so I guess we're supposed to be getting something, child. I don't know. I hope it's nothing, but we just got to keep on going. Yes, you got me. You got to making at least 35 an hour or more. Even the people that's making 35, I think nurses make around that. I guess new nurses make around 35, right? They even say nurses are struggling. Like a nurse. Nurses are getting second jobs. Teachers, most teachers are like, they're physical trainers. I notice a lot of teachers, they're like, they train people. They go to gyms after. So, and they've been doing that for a long time. A lot of teachers and stuff. You always have to have something. Like, you have a skill, if you have something that you do well, if you know how to make food good, see if you can start making food for people. Some people don't want to cook. You might be having some single men or families that don't have time to cook. Go cook for a family, even though you might not be a chef with the paperwork. If you have the skills, take whatever skills you have and make money from that skill. Like, if you know how to do hair, do that. If you know how to cut hair, if you know how to do facials, like, do something and figure out how you can make money from that. Because that's the only way we're going to really survive. Like, that's the only way you'll survive. You might have to get a second job, but shoot, open up YouTube. You could talk on YouTube and get paid for that. It's not a lot of money, but it's something. So it's all different types of ways that we can make money, man. You could sell things on Amazon. You could be an affiliate. Get into the affiliate. I'm going to look into that too. But everything that I want to look into, things take time to manifest. It takes time for doors to open, and it takes time for you to get things. The money's just not going to come like that. Like when you get a new job, what? You get paid 2 weeks later. They're not going to pay you right away. So everything takes time. But trust me, I'm doing the work. I'm doing the work. I'm getting up every day doing what I need to do. But it's a financial burden because everything costs money. You gotta have the money, because if they look at my income now, nobody's gonna rent an apartment to me. You're good. I'm so glad you have a working car. Yeah, thank God for that, right? One thing I always had is a car. Like, I had cars, hoopties and stuff that broke down in the past, but I'm gonna always keep these wheels rolling. The wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round. The wheels on the car go round and round, all through the town, town, town. So I'm gonna always keep them wheels rolling, baby. And I'm gonna always be on here talking to y'all every single day. Whoever don't want to hear me talking, you ain't got to worry about it. Just go on to the next video. But I'm gonna talk, and I'm gonna let y'all know about it. Let y'all know about these freaking homeless shelters, man, because this ain't no place you want to be. And I can guarantee you, this day, and I continue to say that every day, I will never be in this situation again in my life. Ever. I will work at McDonald's flipping burgers for 12 hours straight, standing on my feet, before I ever be homeless again. I tell you no lies. I'll never be in this situation again. Ever. Ever. It's about to be over, but I've reached my hour, guys. I'm going to go to the gym. I'll talk to you guys later. Cooking and baking. I did banana pudding for scratch and cinnamon rolls. Oh, that tastes good. I can't wait to get into my apartment so I can make me a nice meal, a nice soul food meal. You know, that Thanksgiving meal that I never got this year, but it's all coming. I got time to make up for things that I missed. You know what I'm saying? Everything that I missed with the holidays and Thanksgiving and all that. I'm not gonna feel bad. This is my life for right now. This is my life for right now. I'm doing my best to get out of this, and you know, people come here a lot and say all different types of things to me. But I'm the one in the fight. You know, I'm the one that's in here doing the work and trying my best. And, you know, it is what it is. This is my life, and I'm doing the best I can do to get up. And I appreciate everybody that comes here every day to check for me, check how I'm doing, and all that stuff. But this is a process, okay? This is a process. It's a process. Everything's a process. It takes time, man. And I messed up my own life. But guess what I'm doing? I'm taking the steps to getting myself back together. So I took accountability for my actions, the things that I've done. I put myself in this situation. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna feel bad no more. Feel bad about what? I'm doing the work. So whatever people come here and say, and the people that try to dox me, people be trying to find my location and stuff. I don't even talk about my location no more. I say I live in the United States of America. That's all people really need to know. I live in the U.S. I don't even I don't put my location down no more because people try to dox you. They try to find where you work. They try to find. That's why if people come here and ask me about what's my specific location, why would I tell a stranger that? Why would I tell someone I don't know who I'm talking to my specific location? I would never do that because people try to bring you down. They try to dox you. I see the comments and stuff, and some comments I don't even acknowledge because I know that people are trying to do some little devious stuff, and I'm not for it. And some people will probably come here and they're genuine. They probably not trying to do stuff, messy stuff. But a lot of people come here and they try to be messy. And I would never give away my location. Ever. So the people that's trying, try again, baby. Because you're barking up the wrong tree over here because I see you. I see you. I see the messiness. And everybody's not being messy, but some people are being messy. Some lady came in my inbox and said, be very careful because people are trying to find out where you're at. And why would a grown person try to figure out where I'm at, which is very strange to me. But because I don't got time to be worrying about where nobody's at but myself. Where am I at? That's the question. Where am I at? That's the thing that's important. I'm trying to find my little earbuds so I can get on this treadmill. I don't even see them. Where is my earbuds? I got these. I don't know where my black ones are. But everybody's not trying to be messy. And I know some people are just coming here for conversation and stuff, but I gotta watch my back. I gotta look out for me because nobody else is gonna look out for you the way you would, right? I'm gonna protect myself at all costs. Again, I let people know I do carry. So if you ever in life think that you want to run up on me in life, you're running up on the wrong one. And to the people that are trying to call my job and do all this stuff, I don't give out personal information like that because I'm not stupid. So I just want to let people know that whatever you're trying, I see you. I see you. I see you and I hear you, babe. But there's not much that you're gonna find over here. I don't trust I don't trust people. And it's okay. It's okay for me not to trust people. And I know everybody don't have vindictive mentalities in their heart, but nowadays you can't trust people. Even when you do social media, people try to dox you, they try to bring you down, they try to find out your location, and some people are like, oh, why is your camera off? Because people be wanting to know, like, look at my surroundings and they want to screenshot street signs and all that stuff. That's why I don't That's why I don't put myself out there like that, like letting people know. I don't, when I drive, if I'm driving around a lot of street signs and stuff like that, guess what? I do the smart thing and I take the video down. Like I don't take the video down, but I put it on my picture thing because some people be trying to find out where I'm at. They try to dox me. And I got something for you if you ever try. You got to be careful and say, yeah, you got to be careful and say, but some people, do your coworkers know about your situation? No, I don't believe they do. And if they do know, they don't say anything. So, and what's going on in my life, it's not illegal to be homeless. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want my job to find out. And I really don't think they know. So, and I want to keep it like that because I would never share my homelessness with the people at work because all they're going to do is be gossiping. Oh my God, she's homeless. You know, she don't got nowhere to live. Oh my God. You know, that's none of their business. The only way I think they would find out if I went viral. And going viral is a hard thing to do. So, you know, going viral is hard. It's very hard to go viral. So, and that's not what I'm looking for anyway. I really don't care. Like, even if they found out, I probably really wouldn't care. But my attitude is, I wish you would say something to me about my situation. So I would be waiting for someone at my job to have the balls to come and ask me, oh, so you're homeless. I wish you would. Because guess where I'm going? Right down to HR. But I don't think anybody at my job knows. And if they know, I don't think they know because they would have to find my YouTube channel to know. So I don't share any of my personal details of my life with people at my job. Because that's just a no-no. And I think most people should know, don't be telling your job all your business, but some people still go and run their mouth. And I know how it feels I know what it feels like to be by yourself and be alone and all that. I know what that feels like all too well because I am alone in this journey. And I'm really not because I have my friends on YouTube and stuff like that. But I'm going to still share. I'm going to share. I don't share everything. So I don't want people to think, oh, she up here telling all her business. No, I don't tell all my business. I don't. I don't tell all my business because there's a lot of things going on in my life that y'all don't know about. And maybe one day I will tell, but I'm not at liberty to tell all my stuff. I don't have to tell y'all everything. But I tell y'all what I want y'all to know, and it's not much. It's just basically about me being homeless, and I'm not afraid to share that part of my life because I think it's important that I share that. I feel like God just kind of let me know one day when I was living in my car that you need to turn on your camera. You need to talk about this because the homeless thing is a real thing. It really is really for real. And guess what? Another thing that nobody cares. Nobody's going to say, hey, you're homeless. Come on, you can stay with me. I mean, I have people that offer me, but of course, I'm not going to put myself in danger to go live with a stranger. But I guess it's different when you're living with a stranger and they're a roommate and, you probably you know who that person is as far as their name. But people offered me things and I just declined. I said, well, first of all, I can't move to another state to go live with anybody that I don't know. I'm homeless, but I ain't that damn homeless. I'm not that homeless to be going across the state living with a stranger. But if it's a roommate situation, at least you have that person's name and stuff like that. So, but I had offers from people. And sometimes I think people were playing with me, but some people were serious. Like, no, I live in so-and-so. You can come and stay with me. And it's nice that people had offered that. But I can't leave because I have a job here. And I got to stay close to the money. I got to stay close to the dollar bill. I've been at my job for a minute. So I'm going to keep that rolling until more things open up for me. So you got to be careful and safe. Good morning. It's better to not give up your location. I would make a video on the area easily located. Pretend you stay. Yeah, I'm not giving up. I'm not stupid. Like, I've seen people get doxxed all the time. So, but people really be coming in here because I have conversations, so I'm talking. So some people come sideways. And I'm not saying all the people that try to ask for my location, I'm not saying that they're all looking for something vindictive. They're not. Everybody's not a vindictive person, but the ones that are vindictive and they really trying to weed me out, I really don't understand how a grown person that should be going to work every day is trying to find out where I'm at. What is that? What is my location doing for you? Like, I know what some people are trying to do, and that's okay because I got something for you. Like I said, if somebody ever run up on me, just know I carry, baby. I have done that before. A lady picked me up off the street and took me home with her before. Yeah, and it's people out here like that. You got good people out in the streets. I'm not saying that everybody has a vindictive thing, but me as a woman, I got to be safe. I gotta be safe. I gotta be even safe against other women, because other women can set you up for you to get, raped or anything. Like, you know what I'm saying? A woman can set you up because women are mainly comfortable around women. So women can set you up to be put in the hands of a man to try to kidnap you. So as a woman, you just gotta be careful in all aspects, man. And I be moving around a lot out here today. And some people come, because in the beginning I would tell people my state and all that. I mean, if you want to find my state, you just got to do some digging, baby. But I'm no longer telling people certain things anymore, because it's none of your business, number one, and I have to keep myself protected because I'm by myself out here. But like I said before, assists do carry. So if you ever feel like you want to run up on me in any situation, just know I carry, baby. Me protecting myself, I do carry. So if anybody ever got any vindictive, because I'm just saying, anybody can run up on you. Anybody can find you. They can find you. Some people try to find your name, and people are weird out here, man. If a stranger, if I ever be at a situation where I get a house, and you could track somebody that got a house, which is crazy to me, because that's like you have no privacy when you own a home, which is really sad, because your whole life is put out there. But it's dangerous, man. People are weird, man. You don't ever know who you running into. So I got to protect myself. Certain things I just can't share. Certain ways I'm driving around certain areas. I got to make sure that I'm like, I'm covering my, like now I got my thing on, because I don't need people to know my locations. We don't need that. I'm in the area I'm in, but guess what? I'm around a lot of different areas. So if you ever want to come and try to find me, good luck. I think 700 is an okay amount if they can have access to the kitchen. Yeah, I have a white dude. He's a friend of mine that I've been talking to for a long time. He lives in a board, like a group home, not a group home, but he lives in like a house that they rent out rooms at. And some of them you don't have access to kitchens, which I think that's crazy. You should have access to cooking. So, but some of them is just real big houses, and they have little rooms in the house that you can rent out, and they be like 700 a month. They do be like 700 a month or whatever. And I asked him the other day when I talked to him, I was like, yo, are they renting anything in your place? He was like, oh, I don't know. So, but a lot of those type of places are in these bad parts of certain cities. So those rooming houses is what they call them. And some you don't have access to a kitchen, and some do give you access to a kitchen. But then again, like, they have showers in there that people don't be cleaning, you know what I'm saying? And nobody's really managing the place. Like, the showers are filthy. Some people don't even take showers. Look at this guy. He just jumped in the middle. Wow, with this big old, oh my God. This is why I'm always like really skeptical of my horizons and cars and stuff around me, because wow, that was freaking strange, bro. He just kind of jumped right in the middle. 700 is too much for a room in someone's house. Well, when I stay with my roommate, that's what I paid. I paid her $700 a month. I think 700 is fair, because guess what? You have to factor in utilities, the water bill, the electric bill. You got to factor in all of that stuff, because you still have utilities. You're still using the electric. That costs money. You know what I'm saying? So they factor in all of those things. So I think 700 a month is fair if you have one room. I think that's fair. I think that's a fair amount to ask. Because you're gonna have to pay. You gotta pay. You gotta pay for your electric. Turn on that light. That costs. Having that gas running every night for you to stay warm, or electric to stay warm, or oil, however you heat your home, all that stuff costs money. So all that has to be factored in. I've rented a room in someone's house, and I paid her $700 a month, and she still wanted utility money, and I paid it to her. You know what I'm saying? I gave her probably an extra $100 on top of that to keep her out of my face. You know what I'm saying? It makes sense. Like, you have to pay your way. You can't just be, oh, I'm just gonna give you 700 a month. I still gave her 700 plus. I probably gave her throughout the month maybe 150 extra dollars, because I'm using the gas. I cook food. I'm in the kitchen cooking. It costs money. I'm using her gas. She wasn't really a big cooker, so I didn't have a problem with giving her extra $50 to $100 a month for the gas and the electric. Like, this go with all the utilities. She had a water bill. She had water, and she had electric, and she had a gas bill that had to be paid. So I would give her like 150 extra dollars You do whatever you want to do with this money. You can go wipe your behind with it. I don't care. But don't come at the end of the month telling me that, oh, the electric about to get cut off. So when you living with somebody in a roommate situation, you have to make sure that, okay, if I'm going to live with you, I need to know that all your bills are up to date. Like all your utility bills, that your electric bill is not $2,000 in debt. Because if you move in with someone and their electric bill is about to get cut off, guess who they're going to want to help them pay that bill that they messed up on? They're going to expect for you to help them pay that. So if you move in with someone as a roommate, you say, hey, respectably, can you go to all your utility bills? Can you print out all the utility stuff? And can you verify that all your bills and utilities are caught up on? Because when you move in with somebody, they want you to move in for a reason too, because most of the time they're late with their bills and they want you to come in and help them out. So just because we're homeless, some people want homeless people to save them too, and they might be messed up. They might be having an eviction. You got to make sure that they're not on their way out to get evicted, because some people will move you in knowing that they're about to get evicted and try to get whatever money they can get out of your pocket, and then y'all both out in the streets in a couple of days or even a couple of months. So you have to be very careful even with the roommate situation. Say, hey, verify that you're caught up on all your bills before I waste my time. I think that's a normal conversation to have, a respectable conversation. Well, what you trying to say? I don't know. I don't know. I need to know that your rent is in good standing. I need to know that your electric bill, your gas bill, and all that stuff is caught up to date before I move in with you. Because I could just stay at the shelter, babe. But I'm just saying that I'll never do that again, because I'm never going to be a roommate with anybody ever again. I'll never do that again. So I'd rather just do the shelter route, do my, obey the rules there, and move on onto my own, into my own horizons. Because like I said, in the spring and summer, I could stay in my car. I could rough it in the car, baby. So, but I'm just saying, the people who, the roommate situation and stuff, you make sure that they're caught up on all their bills, because if they're not caught up, trust me, you're going to be the one that they're going to be asking for money, and you don't want to be in debt, in somebody else's debt. That's your debt. If you about to get evicted, that's your debt. Because sometimes if you're on the verge of getting evicted, you might have to pay $2,000 or $3,000 to keep that apartment with late fees and all that stuff. So you don't want to get yourself into a situation where you're coming in to somebody else's problems and now you have to help them financially. Now, unless they came clean and told you, that's different too. If they come clean and they told you, that's different too. So it's all situations that we got to be careful of, man. You even got to be careful of living with your roommates, living with family, because you can move in with someone and they're filled with debt. They're struggling because they're getting evicted, but they want you to come in and pay their way, or they may have a drug problem. Like, you just don't never know what people got going on. So you got to be careful even with the roommates. Yeah, homelessness is real serious. I work in public safety and I see it firsthand, and it's an eye opener. Yeah, for sure. For sure, it's no joke. That's why I come on here and I talk about it, because some people don't talk about this subject because it's embarrassing, It's embarrassing, but to me, I'm not embarrassed. I'm just simply talking about what I'm going through, and it's an epidemic. It's an epidemic. It's sad. It's cold out here in these streets. It's lonely. It's so many different things. But like I said, I'm working to get out. But sometimes you could be homeless, and it could take you 2 or 3 years to really land on your feet, especially if you don't have support from family. I've seen places ask $1K to rent a room and share the bathroom. Yeah, I guess people have their own rates. Some people will pick you up off the streets. Good morning. How you doing? I'm on my way to the gym now. I just been running my mouth, trying to get this watch time, baby. But even in all my situation with me being homeless and stuff, God is still good. So God is good. God's amazing. I'm thankful. I'm grateful. I'm grateful to even be in the situation I'm in, man, because this is an eye opener for me. So I was placed in this situation to do something, even though I was placed in this situation due to my own actions. I did this to myself, but I took accountability for my actions 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying? I said, Dad, I messed up. I messed up. I made a mistake. I did this. I did that. But I'm coming back from all of it. You know what I mean? Better days are always ahead of us. So I learned so many lessons from this, to never depend on anyone and never put your all into nothing. Always have a job. Always keep your own money. Always have a way out. And if you have money, it makes things different for you to get out. You know what I'm saying? If you have your own money and you have a job, it makes things a little bit softer. You could be homeless with a job, And it's like if you're homeless with the job and with the income, it's like you're a rich person because you have money, you have ways to get out. You know what I mean? So always remember that you can get out of anything, but it's just gonna take time, babe. It's just gonna take time, babe. And it's been time for me. I'm going on 2 years in this situation. Living with roommates, living with a family member, and it not working out. People naturally don't want you living with them, but they try to, want to act like they're nice. Oh, I want to help you. Like everybody that I ever lived with, the funny thing was my roommate and my niece, I never asked them, could I come and live with you? They asked me, hey, you could come stay with me. Because you know what? They saw money. You must do research where you're going. Almost a rented room in a house that was in foreclosure. Never told me, and still they wanted first month's rent. Yeah, people be doing scams even when they about to go in foreclosure. When they going into foreclosure and they know it's over for them, they want to say, "Oh, let me go see if I can find me a roommate." And then they got your life all messed up because you're putting into something that you're not going to be at for too long. So I was just having that conversation. Be careful even when you renting rooms to people, because when you're renting a room, they bringing you in because they're late and messed up with their own bills. You don't want to be their debt. Even though I'm homeless, I ain't trying to come in and pay your late fees when you about to get foreclosed on. That's not right. But people do it all the time. You got to know that they're caught up on their bills, man. You got to know that their electric bill is not $3,000 about to get shut off, because when you move in, they're gonna be like, well, they're not gonna tell you. They're not gonna tell you. They trying to get money however they can get money. So you have to be very careful of moving into a person's house. If they got foreclosure going on or they got eviction happening, you're going to be a part of that problem too. That's why you have to know that everybody's caught up with their bills the right way. Is your rent paid? Are you in eviction right now? Try to get that person's name, because you can find out just through public record. Just through public record, you can find out so many things about a person. You can see if that person is in eviction court. Just get their name and go to the local courthouse, wherever they live. Their name's going to pop up. Certain things are public record. So you just have to be careful and, have your back and watch yourself, because people will tell you anything. Oh, you can come and stay with us. Oh, why you want me to come stay with y'all? I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying a desperate person that's trying to get someone to move in with them just because they want the money, and they know that they're in foreclosure or they're in eviction court, but they trying to scam you to see how much the money they can get out of you. And then y'all both be homeless in a month. That's not fair, but they're not going to tell you that because people are just mean like that. I've probably seen you at Planet Fitness before. Good morning to everybody. I see 25 people watching me. Good morning. If you guys are new here, welcome, 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 welcome. I talk about everything homelessness. I talk about my situation in homeless shelters. I just talk about my life, navigating this life, having a full-time job, having a car. I navigate life every day, living out of a homeless shelter. So that's what I talk about over here. That is what I talk about over here. And I'm not embarrassed. I'm not embarrassed of my situation. Yes, I don't like it, but this is my life right now. And I talk about all of that. I talk about all of that. So I want you guys to know that, hey, if it's you, you about to be, put out in the streets or homeless, you have options. You have things that you can do. But first of all, it comes with the first thing comes, first thing first. You're going to be okay. We're going to make it through this. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get through there. But it's all about how you're going to deal with it. Because everything is not always a broken situation. It feels broken. It feels like, oh my God, I don't know how I'm going to get through this. You can get through it. You can get through it as long as you have a job and a car and you have a consistent income, man. And there's so many different ways out here that we can make income. So many different ways that we can make income. So y'all just hang on in there if that's you. Mortgage, taxes, water, sewer, all can take the home. Oh, really? But I'm going to talk to you guys later. I'm at the gym. I'll talk to you guys soon. You guys have an awesome day. It's raining, so it's one of those days. But I'll talk to you soon. You guys have a great day. I love you guys. I'll be back on later tonight. Bye-bye.